Hey everyone, welcome back to the Showgirls podcast. It is Carly and my co-host.
Darian.
Let's go.
Okay, so this week, I'm trying to think, when's the last time we talked? Okay, so normally we would have released an episode on Friday, but you went out of town, so we're recording it today.
Yeah, and good thing because a lot of stuff happened this weekend and we can update you guys. A lot of Bravo news, tons.
Yeah, and I feel like not a lot happened from Wednesday to Friday when we normally would have recorded.
Exactly.
Like filler news, So,
Yes.
I don't think I have really much to say since Wednesday. Do you?
Yeah, we'll go through what's the haps, and then on Wednesday we didn't talk about things we're loving, and there's some stuff that we need to update you guys on, so we'll talk about that, and then we'll do our shows.
Yeah, so I don't really have anything else to say. My life's been pretty normal. I napped today. So do you just want to get into what's the haps?
Yeah.
Okay, I can go first. So I don't know if you've seen the chaos that is Miley Cyrus. She is commenting on everyone's TikToks. So I don't know where it started, but I screenshotted a bunch of them. So basically people are making TikToks and then saying, if Miley Cyrus comments on this, I'll get a tattoo of whatever she says. And she comments on it and says, get a tattoo that says, yes, I've worn the golden G-string. Like, she's just total nonsense. And I screenshot some more. So someone said, if Miley Cyrus comments, I'll pierce my nipple, nose, and dye my hair half black. And so she commented and said, I need to see it.
So she's just really going after people and being funny.
Yes, so funny, relatable. This one says, if Miley Cyrus comments on this video, I'll stop texting him. And she said, dump him.
Oh my gosh. Well, she's doing stuff on Instagram too because E! News changed their bio because she commented.
Yes. So I'm wondering, which I love when celebrities do funny stuff like this. And you actually have a story about a funny celebrity thing too. And I love it when they're relevant like this. But part of me is like, is she doing all of this because her new album just dropped?
Yeah, I think that they told her, let's do something crazy. Or she had that idea. Yeah, the E! News one says, we're sorry for all the S we said about Miley Cyrus in their bio.
Yeah, because then she commented on it, right? Or they said they said, if Miley Cyrus comments on this, we'll put whatever she tells us in our bio.
Yeah, and they changed it because she commented on it.
God, and so it's just iconic. I love when celebrities are relatable. It makes me want to make one, but now I'm like, how many people have made one and hashtag Miley Cyrus? There's probably a million.
And how many people are signed into her account and actually commenting on stuff? Or do you think it's her?
I don't know. Now you bursted my butt.
I mean, if she's on her phone all the time, it's easy, it's easy to just but there's a lot of stuff happening.
That's true. And that actually leads me to something I learned today. So, and of course this makes sense, and you probably knew this, I just didn't. But okay, for example, when people take over the E! News Instagram stories, they don't have the login info. They pre-record all those stories and send them to whoever runs the social media, and they post them and just tag the relevant people.
Right.
I did not know that. I was like, these people are logged in on E! News and they're posting stories. I'm thinking of Jared and what's her face that did The Bachelor, Ashley.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they're just on E! News's thing. No, Darian, they're not.
They really gave them credentials?
I know, or was we'll change the password right after you guys are done or something. I don't know. I'm dumb. Okay, my other story is that Mariah Carey, so she has a song called Oh Santa, and I guess it came out in 2010. I honestly didn't know about it, but she's redone it and relaunched it for 2020, and it has Ariana Grande and Jennifer Hudson on it. Yeah, that's going to be a banger. But the reason I brought it up is because I guess there's a part where Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande go so high with their note that it almost hurts your ears.
Okay, I can't wait to listen.
I know. And they only called out Ariana and Mariah, so maybe it's a part that Jennifer Hudson's not on when they do that. But I just know how high Mariah Carey can go and Ariana Grande, and just my ear,
Yeah.
Okay, my last story, and this I thought was so interesting. So we know 2020 movie theaters are basically dead. I mean, I think some of them are reopening and doing a little bit of stuff. Well, Warner Brothers just announced that they have partnered with HBO Max, and all of their planned 2021 movies will drop on HBO Max the same day they drop in theaters.
That's kind of like a game changer. There's no need for movie theaters anymore. Like most of them are still closed. I'm pretty sure that they're just gonna like close. What's the point anymore?
Exactly. I agree. In HBO Max, I mean, if you're like me, you mooch off of someone, but it's like $14 a month. And you're not only getting exclusive movies, but you're getting their original content. And so I think this really is the end of movie theaters. I really do.
Agreed. Like they can't sustain not being open for all these months and then like into next year too.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I used to go to the movie theater all the time, but I tried to think like I loved the experience, but it wasn't the food or anything because it's so overpriced. It was seeing a new movie. But if I can just see that same new movie at home, why would I even go?
So true.
Yep. So that's what I got. That's my what's the haps.
All right, mine are some TV updates. So on Saturday, I want to say, Jax and Brittany posted the same exact post on each of their personal Instagrams, essentially saying, thanks for the years of Vanderpump Rules. We're so happy, but we're moving in a different direction. Like pretty much saying like that they chose to leave.
Yes.
All of us see right through it. We know that y'all got fired and it's fine. But so they were kind of the first ones to talk about like, hey, we're not coming back. And then there is a girl, I don't even know what her name is, I've never heard of her, but she's saying that Bravo and Evolution, who's the production company for Vanderpump Rules, had a Zoom call with all of the cast on Tuesday and pretty much told them all like Vanderpump Rules is not coming back and you're all fired. So that's the rumor. Don't know if it's true because Charlie, I think is her name.
Yep.
The one that Jax really hated and said like, you know your place at the reunion.
Mini Sheena.
Yeah. She tweeted and said, I know my place and it's employed. So then that's what like people are saying that Vanderpump Rules isn't canceled because she's saying she's still employed. So does that mean that it's going to come back in a different way? What's going to happen?
So I have heard the same exact rumors and stuff from the groups we're in. But another interesting thing that I saw was like, yes, they have all been fired, blah, blah, blah. But they might just be transitioning it to a show that's about Tom Tom. So it's not even going to be like Vanderpump Rules at all. And it's going to be about Tom Tom. So we might see like Tom, Ariana, and Katie and Tom. But the rumor mill is just like, I don't even know if I should believe that, you know. But I do 100% believe Jax and Brittany were fired and that they are trying to act like they weren't.
Yeah, and then in the same story, it said that like Jax and Brittany and their PR team tried to pitch a spin-off show, kind of like Jax and Brittany Take Kentucky, but like Jax and Brittany have a baby, maybe. Oh. And they tried to like pitch that, and Evolution pitched it to Bravo, and they weren't interested. So that just like shows that they don't want to have any association with Jax and Brittany. So I think that maybe another network might pick it up, you know, it may be like a Lifetime or a TLC. I don't know. Maybe like a YouTube series.
Did you see that meme? I don't know if I tagged you, and I think I tagged you and didn't send it to you. That was like somewhere a producer in charge of Marriage Boot Camp is screaming with joy.
Yeah, they're definitely going to show up on there. I can't wait.
Oh, for sure. And I read another thing, not to spend so much time on this, but I read another thing that they're really the only couple out of the show, or the only people out of the show that really didn't like do anything other than the show. And so, you know, like the Toms have Tom, and then Ariana and Tom did that book together. And then Katie is now doing a podcast, and Stassi, before everything happened with her, she had a podcast and a book. And then even Kristen did like t-shirts and stuff. And Jax and Brittany, like none of their stuff just ever took off.
How are they going to pay for that Valley Village house?
I was thinking about that, dude. And a baby.
Yeah. I hope that one of them saved their money. You know, Jax was on that show for 8 years. I hope that he like saved something. Probably not, but maybe Brittany saved her money. I don't know. I just, it's going to be interesting to see where they all go and how they're going to make money moving forward. Cause it's so funny that they all just got out of those shitty apartments and they're like, yes, we made it. We're here in these houses. The only one that's going to be fine is Lala and Randall, because Randall's still doing movies and like still thriving, and like she doesn't even like care probably.
Oh my God, Carly, that brings me into a story that I don't think we ever talked about that happened like a month ago about Randall. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my God. I don't have anything written down, you guys. So this is like, I'm trying to remember everything. And I have the worst memory. um, Basically, it came out that it wasn't like the Screen Actors Guild or something, but it was like some group of people that all producers have to be a part of. Like every producer is in this group that you have to like pay dues to and stuff like that. They came out with a letter and they sent it to everyone in their group. And they said, do not hire, like Randall Emmett has been suspended, and his partner, I don't know his partner's name, from this organization for not paying stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you need to Google it when we're out of this, because I can't believe I didn't tell you about this or we didn't talk about it. It must have happened on like a random day or something.
Oh my gosh. That makes me scared.
Yeah, so like he might not, because he's had money issues with 50 Cent before too, so I don't know.
Wow.
I know. Crazy.
I think something will probably come out soon. Bravo's not one to just like let the rumor mill kind of go crazy. Like they'll come out and say like, this is our plan, or like, just wait. Mm-hmm. And they'll at least like give us something. But there's just no way to have Vanderpump Rules when restaurants are closed.
100 and 1,000%. Like what are we going to watch? And like, it's just hard. Like we didn't see a lot of outside stuff. Literally, it was based on the restaurant.
Everything surrounding the restaurant. It said also that Lisa Vanderpump's contract goes until 2022. All the other cast members only have a 1-year non-compete. So if Lisa does something with Bravo, like she may do something with Vanderpump Dogs or something.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
Crazy. Okay. Celebrity Big Brother is rumored to air early 2021.
I am so excited. Have you heard any rumors about a cast or anything?
Carole Baskin. I would like cringe, like, please, no. I don't want her. Like, I would rather somebody else from the Tiger King documentary. I would rather, like, I don't know, Dylan.
Yeah, or even like, oh my God, I forgot his name. Is it Jason or John, the guy that didn't have teeth but now has teeth?
That would be good. Yes. That would be really good. I don't want Carole. Like, we're done with Carole.
Yeah, and she just didn't, like, they really thought they were doing something on Dancing with the Stars, but she just was not it. Like, she doesn't really have a personality.
No, I think she would get voted out, like, number 1.
Yeah, and it's just, like, a waste of our time.
Yeah, it said another, like, a housewife, and that was pretty much it, like, that they were talking about.
I'm actually excited because I actually know Housewives now, because I watched Celebrity Big Brother before I had even watched Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I didn't even really know who Candy was.
An icon. True icon. So if you haven't seen, please go to Khloe Kardashian's Instagram, Kylie Jenner's TikTok for part 1 and part 2 of the Kardashian-Jenner FaceTime prank. It's been circulating around, and it started with like some sorority girls calling their fraternity brothers and just like calling them on FaceTime, and like them all sitting there just looking at the screen and not saying anything, and like then the person like kind of has to react. So the Kardashians picked it up, and now it's like a whole thing. And the funniest ones were, to me, Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
And then Travis Scott was like, okay, bye.
Yes. And then what did I text you that Tyler, the Creator, said? Let me see, because his was so funny to me, but I also am like a Tyler, the Creator, like I love him,
Yeah, totally.
Let me scroll up. What did he say?
Oh my God. Is this a picture? Somebody said, is this a picture?
Yes. Oh my God. What day did I watch it? Apparently we text too much, and we don't even text that much, I feel like. But Tyler, the Creator's was so funny. And then I thought Tristan's was funny too, because I was like, he probably really thinks he's in trouble, just because. Okay, here I said, I just watched the video of the Kardashians FaceTime people, and it was really funny. Oh, here's what Tyler, the creator, said. He said, "Can you see me?" Like, what did you think it was?
Yes. And then like they did Justin and he was just like, huh? And then Hailey Bieber was like just looking back at them like,
Yes.
hello?
And James Charles was like on the street walking and he had a mask on. They were really funny. And I was just imagining like, how privileged are you to know who's FaceTiming you? That it's a Kardashian.
So crazy. Yeah.
And I saw on Chloe's Instagram that Chrissy Teigen actually commented and said, "OMG, I wanted to answer, but I was going to the bathroom." So I guess they called her.
That would have been so funny.
Yes, I love
She
her.
should have answered it.
I know. I was like, she doesn't care. If it was bad, they wouldn't have posted it, you know? It was just so funny.
And somebody in a group that I'm in about the Kardashians found the house that they were staying at, like their vacation house. It was in Tahoe, and it was $7,000 a night. And so they actually found the listing like on VRBO. And so you could look through the rooms. Guess how many bedrooms and bathrooms, like adjacent?
11 bedrooms.
15.
Wow. Also, I just have a correction for you. It's called Verbo.
I know. I like to say VRBO.
Dang, I thought I got you for once, you know?
I get the YouTube ads for Verbo, and I'm like, why is it called Verbo? I just like VRBO better.
But also $7,000. It's just like a drop in the bucket, you know?
Per night.
Yeah, and they're just like, okay.
Whatever. Like
Yvonne, our friend, you know, she just took her honeymoon in Tahoe and it was so beautiful.
Yeah, it looked really pretty.
I wish I was on a vacation, you know.
Soon enough.
I know. Okay.
All right. Okay. What?
Anything else?
Let's go to things we're loving.
Okay, I just really need to talk about all the TV I consumed because I don't think you guys understand how much TV I watch. And this list was just over Thanksgiving break, okay? So these were the mix-ins with all my normal shows and all my normal TV watching with Connor, which is like The Sopranos and stuff. So I watched the new Dan Levy movie on Hulu, Happiest Season. Super cute. I loved it. What's funny is he played exactly the character David was. So I'm kind of like, you're really like typecasting yourself, you know?
Or do you think that's just his personality?
Maybe. So like that's who he has to play?
Yeah, or it's just easy for him to play that character because that's him.
Yes. It was so funny though. And it had a really good story in it. It made me laugh a lot. And I watched it with Connor and Avery. Then I watched another Christmas movie called Last Christmas. Have you ever seen it?
No, what's it on?
So it was on HBO Max, which, bro, you have to log in. I'm telling you, HBO Max is giving me the content, and I just told you more reasons, you know? But it was last year it came out, and it stars the girl who plays Khaleesi or Daenerys, whatever you want to call her, on Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
And it has the main guy from Crazy Rich Asians, who I can't remember his name.
Maybe I did see it.
Okay, well, it has a huge twist at the end, so I won't tell you guys, but definitely another cute Christmas movie. Are you Googling?
Yeah, I feel like I watched it.
I know I wanted to watch it.
Everybody who wants to watch it, skip ahead. What's the ending?
Okay,
let me remember. Okay,
the spoiler is that the guy, so the love interest is the guy from Crazy Rich Asians, is actually dead the whole time. He died in a car crash, and she needed a heart transplant, and he gave her the heart transplant.
I'm crying. What?
Are you really crying? Yes, dude, it was crazy. So like she was like connected to him through his heart, but she never actually knew him.
That is so cute.
Are you really crying?
I know.
Yes.
I feel like I watched it, but then like I don't know why I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a Christmas movie, so you should watch it.
So cute. I love her too. I just think she's really beautiful.
Yes. Then we both watched this. Carly told me to watch Hillbilly Elegy.
I haven't watched it yet.
I thought you did.
No, I have been wanting to watch it, and I saw the book. We were at Thanksgiving, and the book was sitting on my parents-in-law's thing, or like side table, and I was like, "Did you read this?" And then we were all talking about it.
Okay, I it's not really a movie you can spoil because it's not really like a movie that has like, it's like a story, you know, it's not like
It's true.
yeah, it's not like an ending that's like the one I just told you. But I was so triggered. Like, the where they live reminded me of like where I used to live, like how everyone acted. Like, I even told my friend Amanda, and she has like extreme anxiety. I was like, don't watch this movie because it'll ruin your whole week, you know? Like, I was so triggered, but I just really recommend it because like there was no lie, like there was so much truth, and it really highlights the like opioid epidemic and like the drug epidemic and like how it affects like lower income towns and stuff like that. And it just really reminded me of my family and growing up. And so it's good. Like, just watch it. Definitely, you'll cry. I cried a lot.
Well, when I saw the trailer, like on Netflix, when you pull up Netflix now, like the new things, they just like start playing the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't turned that setting off. So it started doing that right when it came out. And I was like, oh, I'll just like watch this little clip it. And it was like you, like literally like your story. And I was like, I don't know if I should tell her to watch it, if it's going to be bad, if it's going to be good. I don't know.
I guess that's why I thought you had already watched it or whatever, but no, it was good. I'm glad I watched it. Like, I don't regret it.
Okay, good. I really want to watch it because I think that like I just like stories like that, like true stories.
Yes, it was really good. And then I don't remember if you watched this or not.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, Shawn Mendes.
My heart, my soul, my everything.
I am like, every time Carly tells me to watch a show, I instantly become a stan of it or of a celebrity because, like, well, one, you never lead me astray, you know? But Shawn Mendes, I'm in love with. I was bawling my eyes out when he was like saying like, every song the past 5 years have been about her. I'm like crying. Like when he loses his voice and he has to cancel the show, crying.
Oh my gosh, tears. Huge tears. His heart is so pure, and he really tries to stay like himself throughout all of the craziness. And like him going back to his family's house and like his apartment in Toronto with his best friend, like they walk in and like the alarm goes off and they're like, oh crap, like we haven't been home for a while. Like that's just like a real person.
Yes. I will say, I don't know if you noticed this. I didn't Google it and I should have. So right when they get home in that scene and like the alarm goes off on accident or whatever, he like walks by the piano. So the camera's behind him. He walks by the piano and he grabs a picture off the piano. Like he doesn't want anyone to see it. And then he like, I don't know. It's like a little picture frame. You'll have to go watch that part or I'll try to find it. He like grabs it off the piano and then goes and puts it up in a room.
Like, I wonder if it's like his album cover or something.
I don't know, but I was like, that's weird.
Maybe it was him and Camilla.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. But I just love Shawn Mendes. And I already loved that that song, I Wonder, anyways. Like, it's so sweet.
I know. His new one that he was singing with the choir is out. It was on New Music Friday on Spotify.
Oh, I haven't heard
so
of
it. That's out too. And I just like he's so musically inclined. He goes out there with him and a guitar and like a backup band. It's not like he's out there like dancing and like, that's great, but that's just not him. Like it's him and a guitar, and I'm trying to go to all of his shows whenever concerts come back. Like literally I was telling Austin, like I'm going to see Ed Sheeran, I'm going to see Shawn Mendes, I'm going to see Justin Bieber, I'm going to see the Jonas Brothers like 5 times, like not 2 times, not 3 times, 5 times. Yeah.
You know what I regret so much? You probably know I regret this. When we had those accidental tickets to Jonas Brothers in Dallas and you were out of town and I didn't go, totally. I like kick myself.
Totally.
It's just like, especially looking now where I can't go anywhere, like I was dumb. But
I will be there, Shawn Mendes. I will be there.
Yes. An honorable mention just to his freaking arms. Oh my God.
The traps.
So, and you don't even see him work out. I'm like, when are you working out?
And like those people that say like, oh, all of like Shawn and Camilla's relationship is fake. Like, okay, you tell me that it's fake. He literally was playing the piano, just like playing around, and she said, that sounds like your heart. And I was like, oh.
Crying more.
It was just so pure. Please watch if you need just like a pure hour of your life.
Yes. And then honorable mention, I watched Dash and Lily because you told me to. You're gonna kill me though, because so in the end, spoiler if you guys haven't watched it, they're not together.
They are at the end.
Oh my god, did I watch the
Were
right
you not?
show? No, I watched the right show. I thought they were going away in separate taxis or something.
Did you go to the end? Like the show ends at her going to the bookstore.
Let me revisit that.
I'll just tell you what happens. It's not even like that important. So she goes to the like ceremony for Christmas, and then her and her parents are in the taxi headed to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And her brother feels guilty because he has the journal and it has like the letter, please come to the bookstore, etc.
Yes.
He sends her a picture, says like, hey, you better go here. She gets out of the taxi, goes to the bookstore. Dash is waiting there for her, and he has all the stuff that like their relationship consisted of, like on this little tree and like cookies and everything. And then he like professed his love to her, and she was like, well, I'm going to wherever, to this island. And then her grandpa calls and says like, actually, I want you to live with me.
Wow, I must have, I don't know, blacked out the last like 5 minutes because I thought she was still going to the airport.
No, it's the very, very, very end.
Okay,
and then
so I literally must have just turned it off too soon.
Yeah, they get stuck in like that little room in the bookstore, and they just like spend New Year's Eve together.
Okay, cute. Well, spoiler alert to anyone, we just told you the whole end, but it's definitely like a cute little show if you want to watch something and put it on in the background.
Yeah, and like, have you seen You've Got Mail before?
No, or I think it have a long time ago.
It's You've Got Mail like in the new century.
Because they write letters back and forth, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but it's kind of like funny because like You've Got Mail was like so long ago, and it was like email was kind of new.
Yeah.
And then now like this is like a new version of it, but they're writing letters to each other.
Cute. And then honorable mention I didn't write down because I finished it right before this podcast. Carn and I finished The Undoing on HBO. Carly, you have to watch this show, please.
Nicole Kidman.
Yes, and Hugh Grant.
Okay, Hugh Grant. Okay, let me. I always get Hugh Grant and Hugh Laurie confused.
Who the heck is Hugh Laurie? That's who I need to Google.
Okay, I know. Hugh Grant is the one that was like in that movie with Drew Barrymore, and they sang a song about clouds.
What? He's also in a lot of romantic comedies.
Hugh Laurie is House.
Oh, yeah.
British, named Hugh.
Grant is in a lot of like rom-com type of things, but yes, he's in it, and it's just really good. And it has Hugh Grant is the guy that's is one of the guys that's in Bridget Jones' Diary, 2 Weeks Notice. Anyways, so good, Carly. We just ended it, and I don't want to tell you anything because it's actually a show that like has spoilers.
It's called Music and Lyrics with Drew Barrymore. Remember?
Nope, never seen it.
And they're like sitting at the piano, and he's like, I've been looking with a cloud above my head. Got clouds.
Oh, wow.
People who have seen the movie will get it.
Okay, I have it, so.
Okay, so you guys, I finished The Crown season 4. And I just felt like I needed some more background information on the whole like royal family. So I went and watched this Princess Diana documentary. And before she died, she did like these secret interviews, and they have actual like recordings of her talking about her bulimia, her like time married to Charles. The 3 days before her wedding, she found a bracelet that said Fred and Gladys on it, and she thought that like Charles was making the bracelet for like her for like a wedding present. No, it was for Camilla because they called each other Fred and Gladys.
Oh my God.
So she went into that relationship when she was 20 years old, just trying to be the princess, future queen, and Charles was in love with Camilla.
Yeah, and so it was just like
horrid.
Honestly, justice for Princess Diana.
Yeah, horrid. Which
Charles.
Charles, he tried his best, like I get it. His family was really pressuring him. The queen is all about duty, and that's all that she's ever been about is her duty to her country. She started when she was 25. Can you imagine becoming the queen at 25?
No, and being perfect, quote unquote perfect for the rest of my life? God, no.
And she's how old? Almost like
she's in her 90s.
Still doing her queen duty.
Yeah.
Let's just take a second for her. But I think Charles is going to be king soon.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is it really going to go to him?
Yeah, and everybody's just shaking in their boots.
That sucks.
And they're going to call her Queen Camilla.
Yeah.
I know. But really, he should have married Camilla before she got married to that other guy because he fell in love with Camilla when they were both really young. So if they would have just let him marry the love of his life, all of this would have been solved.
But they didn't because Camilla's not royalty?
They didn't think, like, because she had not like a bad past, but she had boyfriends. And so like people didn't want like her old boyfriends like coming up.
Ah, gotcha.
Isn't that just like so wrong?
Oh, 100%. Like 100%. And you're just like, look what it did. Look how much more harm it did if you would have just let them be together then.
Yeah, just let them be together. What's so wrong about it? And then they like made her get married to this other guy.
Yeah, and then
so that Charles would have his heart broken. Then he was a bachelor until he was like in his late 30s. Yeah, he married Diana. He's already in his 30s and she was 20.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was that much. I need to watch The Crown. You
guys, if this doesn't get like, it's real drama. It's like real life drama, but they give you behind the scenes. It's good.
I need to watch.
Okay, so Jeffree Star used to be Stan Hood, but we still think he's funny. Did an interview with Ryland. So Shane's fiance Ryland has this new podcast, and it's like a YouTube podcast too. It's called The Sip, and he's had some pretty good people on. And so he did an interview with Jeffree, and Jeffree like really doesn't do interviews, so we got a real like deep look into like Jeffree now. So like past Nate, new house, like past scandals, no Morphe, etc. So what are your thoughts?
So I liked it too, because I agree, like the only time we get good content like this is when Shane interviews him or does something. So like both of Shane's series with him opened the door, and then like this Ryland interview. I was so shook about the bills a month, because he said like $12K, not including like nails, wigs, like blah blah blah, like just house utility bills. $12,000 a month.
No, he said $100,000 a month.
Are you sure?
Yes, because $12,000 was just electric.
Just electric.
Yeah.
Right. So he said $100,000 with everything together.
Yeah, like electric. He said his mortgage isn't very expensive because he put a lot down on the house. But I mean, like mortgage, all the utility bills, his payroll, his like security guards, assistant, personal chef, spa people, masseuse,
$100,000
private jet.
So over $1 million a year,
just in upkeep.
That's insane. I did like the little shade that he threw at Morphe, because like I understand why they dropped him. He's been pretty problematic this year. We supposedly, we don't have like receipts or anything about what people have been saying and whatever, but he was like, I've never had a brand leave me or something. He was like, hello Morphe. And it was just really funny. He's really funny.
Yeah, and he does understand things. He doesn't like, I feel like he doesn't hold grudges. Like he just like kind of makes light of it and just like moves on.
Like he laughs at himself. He is one of those people that's like, yeah, I was on MySpace. Yeah, I used to look like that. Because he used to do his eyebrows like burr, burr, and stuff. So he's definitely just very open.
Yeah, I really liked it. And yeah, if you want to watch, it's on The Sip on YouTube.
Yeah.
New Dixie D'Amelio song with Wiz Khalifa.
Interesting. Haven't heard it.
Called One Whole Day. And it's pretty much like the premise of it is she was in a relationship and then she broke up, or this guy broke up with her, and she was only sad for one day.
Oh.
Like she thought she loved him, but then like after that one day that she was sad, she was like, okay after. So literally like it's a rhyme. Like one day, one whole day, I was really, 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 really sad. One day, one whole day, it was really, 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 really bad. Like, and that's how all the song is. It's like, okay, why?
Well, that's kind of like, so it's funny that you brought this up, because I actually woke up this morning singing her other song, which I was like, why? Because I don't like her. But she's like, Sometimes I don't want to be happy, whatever. It's the same 3 lines repeated the whole time. Like, she's definitely not a songwriter.
She didn't even write the songs. Like, it says like on Spotify, it says like performed by Dixie D'Amelio and Wiz Khalifa, written by like 5 people, not Dixie.
They're not even like meaningful, I feel.
Just trying to make that money, girl. Make that money.
Get in the bag.
Yes. All right. So in preparation for the biggest night of television in December, the Real Housewives of Atlanta premiere. They are teasing Cynthia Hill's wedding, but then I also read today that they didn't film the actual wedding because she had like 250 guests there and Bravo didn't want to be associated with it.
Yeah.
Appreciate. Kenya Moore's relationship status, like, is she getting divorced? Is she not? Portia, Black Lives Matter, and like her activism. Candy, I don't really know what's happening with her. And then Marlo, and then the new housewife. I thought her name was Ruth. Like, somebody said, like, in a preview, it was like, I heard Ruth, but her name is Drew.
Oh, okay.
And guess what she was in?
Well, I read your notes, but I didn't know.
I was shook. She was in, she's like an actress / singer, but hasn't really been in anything recently. She was in That's So Raven. And I tried to find the episode that she was in, and I couldn't really like find it. But really, the big one is she was in Step Up. She was Jenna Dewan's best friend.
Oh.
Yeah. And she sang like 2 songs on the Step Up soundtrack.
Okay, I'm Googling her right now because I also didn't know who she was. She's gorgeous.
Beautiful. And when I saw her, I was like, I feel like I've seen her before, but like it reminded me of like 2006 vibes, and that's why 2008 Step Up.
Yeah, like all of her red carpet and type of stuff.
Yeah, I was like, who is this girl?
That's so cool. Also, I love how we see Marlo, we see her in the intros and stuff, but she's still just a friend of the housewife. But I bet she's gonna be in like a lot of episodes.
Yeah, especially with Nene gone and Eva Marie. We are not on WWE right now. Eva is not a housewife either. So there's only Candy.
There's 5, I think.
5, right?
Yeah.
Cynthia, Kenya, Portia, Candy, and Drew. Yeah, 5.
Dang.
Whoa.
So Connor has plans this evening, and so I was like sad at first, but now I'm kind of lit because I think I'm gonna watch Atlanta and Potomac live because tonight's Real Housewives of Potomac reunion.
Yeah, it's gonna no finale. We see the fight. Yeah,
I forgot I haven't seen the fight yet.
And we talked about on the last episode that you saw Juan in the fight, and it's confirmed that Juan is trying to break up the fight.
Yes, at the very end of the clip we saw.
Yeah, excited for tonight.
I know, me too. Good TV night tonight. Oh, and honorable mention, the new season of 90 Day Fiancé is tonight, and it's not like The Other Way or Happily Ever After. It's like the 90 Day Fiancé where they are coming over here and have to get married.
Amazing.
Yes. Okay, shows.
Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yes. Boring?
Kind of. I think like with the Bronwyn news that came out like right before, it was a little bit interesting watching kind of like her and Sean kind of get into it a little bit. Like she's like, nobody is listening to me. And it's like, okay, she's really kind of changing now that she's sober, and like what is she gonna want? And like we know that she's with a girl and like dating a girl, and her and Sean are still married, but she even mentioned that they're codependent in like their relationship.
Yeah, and I am viewing everything with that lens now. So like I loved when she took her son to get his makeup done, and I was like, wow, we understand why she's so supportive, which I think anyone should be, but why she especially is so supportive is because now we know that she is out too.
Yeah, and she even like kind of opened up to him like, I never could be myself, or I never felt like I could, and I just am so proud of you for feeling like you can be yourself. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I loved that. I wrote so Shannon's storylines right now, which like everyone's are kind of boring, but Shannon's are like extra boring to me. Yeah. And her daughter's a debutante, which I don't really know what it means. Like I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. And so they just took her to get her dress for it, but we basically know it's going to be canceled because of COVID.
Yeah, and then like Shannon has an anxiety attack about like getting sick, and it turns out she does get COVID, and it's just really like sad.
Yes, and she's like, I can't touch the paper towels because the paper towels and blah blah blah. And I was like, if she says the word paper towel one more time, it was just a lot. Gina goes to play tennis, and it's like so aggressive.
If you gotta call it, you gotta call it. And I was like, oh my God.
And so I'm new to the franchise, so I actually liked the little tidbit where she kind of talked about how she's from, I guess, New York or New Jersey, and blah blah blah. And she like took Emily, which I forgot Emily was even on the show, Carly. I swear to you, I was like, oh my God, like who's Emily? And then I was like, oh my God, that's Emily. To an Italian market, and she's like, I'm so dumb, I was at the Italian market buying pasta when I should have been out buying toilet paper.
It's nuts. And then like Kelly, I just feel like Kelly is not really taking anything seriously. And I know that Andy kind of like called her out on Watch What Happens Live, but I didn't see what her response was. And she just said like her beverage people, or like her beverage company, they were like $100,000 because that show was canceled, or like out 100,000. And she's just not really like taking anything seriously about like, her business partner said like, I think we need to like think about cutting costs, and she's like, what?
Yeah, like I agree, it seems like she's like her head is in the clouds.
Yeah, just where's Rick Leventhal when you need him?
I know, snap some sense into her. And then Elizabeth, the girls were like mean to her, honestly, about her divorce, and like she needs to stop talking to this guy, her ex-husband. But she was with him for so long, I feel. I don't know, just like,
It was kind of interesting. Like, I need to do some more research, like if it's public now, but like Emily and Gina were talking about how she has been with him for 20 years, but he was married before, and then was only married to him for like 5 years.
oh wow, I didn't even catch that. That's crazy.
And then they've been divorced for, or separated for like 5 years.
And so I'm wondering why. So you even wrote like she has to pay $500,000 to go to court. What is making this worth it? Like, was there no prenup or something? Is that why she's like pursuing it so hard? Because if there was like a prenup and all this stuff, I wouldn't see her fighting this hard for stuff.
Yeah, or it would all be lined out, like you get X amount of whatever is ours.
Exactly. So it's a little crazy, but I love any insight into the life of the rich.
Yeah, and her mom saying like that she's the 1%. Like, okay, how much money is it?
Yes, like if you can afford $500,000 for just court, it has to be like worth it.
I hope so. I hope that I listened to her on an interview, and she said that there's another gag order coming, like based off of the stuff she talked about on the show that's airing now.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll know for a while, but they are officially divorced, I think.
Oh, good. At least they're divorced now, so she can leave that alone, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I was laughing the whole time. I love Heather. And I messaged this girl I follow on Instagram who lives in Utah and is a Mormon. And I was like, but she watches the shows, like all of the Housewives. And so I asked her about it. And she was like, oh, I love it for the drama. But she was like, none of them are real Mormons, which I think you told me too. And she was like, honestly, Heather's the worst one. And I was like, oh my God, I'm shocked. But Heather was giving me everything. Like when she was dressed in the flapper dress at Whitney's party.
Yes.
And then I wrote down all the notes or all the things she said that made me laugh because so while this is happening, we know Jen is like having a freak out. And Heather's like, guard the burger and the lollipop drumsticks. Don't let them take my burger and lollipop drumsticks. So I'm like laughing about that because that's so relatable. Like, don't clear my food if I'm not done. Then she's outside talking to, I guess, Shaw is what they call him, right?
Yeah, she said, Coach Shaw, you'll see me.
She said, I'm a flapper with cankles. I'm dying laughing at that. Like, she's just so relatable.
Yeah, she is really funny, and she's just like herself. I think that she's figured out how to be herself on TV, and it's working.
Yes, I like her a lot. I think she's my favorite.
I wrote down Lisa shades Mary's house decor. She said, like, it really doesn't match her. And it is funny because, like, you walk in there and it's just, like, really random stuff everywhere.
It looked like, to me, almost like what you would think a rich, like, French person's house looks like.
Yeah, but girl, you in Utah, though.
Yeah, it was weird.
And then Jen, like, you could just tell that she's really sad. Like, whatever is going on in her life is making her, like, really emotional, and she's taking it out on people, and she doesn't need to. But, like, she apologized to Meredith at the lunch, but why didn't she apologize to Mary?
I agree. And I feel like, so someone in a group said, do you think, like, this season, the first season of it, is kind of foreshadowing, like, Jen and Coach Shah are going to get divorced next year, something like he's never around. And that's obviously just hearsay and stuff. But I think she really is looking for, like her life partner that's supposed to be with her is not with her at all, ever.
Yeah, it's sad.
It is sad. I thought you were going to talk, and then I thought I was going to talk. Because we both did that thing. Okay, Mary has a luncheon that's supposed to be Met Gala themed, and it was just like the extreme, dude. Like, she had beta fish on the table. She bought everyone Louis Vuitton air pods. I almost said airdrops. And it just brings me back to what you said. I don't remember if it was last week or something, but you're in charge of a church. All of your churchgoers can watch this show.
And she did mention that they own, like, restaurants. Like, have you, in her interview, she said, like, her grandma owned restaurants and then, like, maybe, like, real estate and stuff. So, like, maybe she's getting money from other places, too, which makes it better. Yeah. But still.
It was, like, so much. I was just like, yikes.
She said, this is Dawn from 2003. And I was like, why is she saying that? This is so weird.
Yes, dude. Oh, and I wanted to say, we got to see her son a lot in this episode, which was also kind of interesting because I was wondering if he would even be on the show because, like, your parents were related, like, before they got married.
Yeah, and Mary even said something like, you know, what is he going to do? And she was like, oh, he wanted to be a doctor. They talked about, like, what he wanted to do, and now he doesn't want to be a doctor anymore because of the new girlfriend. And Mary said, or Lisa said something about, like, oh, he has a really good sense of fashion, I can tell. And, like, literally he's wearing a white t-shirt and sweatpants. No.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I like Lisa.
She's just, I don't know either. I need some more time with her. But can you tell that, like, a lot of them have a raspy voice? Because, like, Lisa will start talking and she, like, will try to talk and it doesn't come out. And then Mary too, like, Mary will try to talk and it's like her voice is really raspy.
Is it like the elevation or something?
That's why I'm wondering, like, what's happening?
Or they used to smoke and they don't anymore or something?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Lisa
You'll
looks
have
like
to notice.
She's been a smoker.
Yeah. Low-key. She loves the Diet Coke.
she's funny. I just don't like her that much.
Somebody, like, tweeted, Brandy Glanville tweeted, like, oh, I don't see these Salt Lake City women really having money. Jen Shah being picked up in a 1993 Land Cruiser. Like, shading her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I did not notice, but I mean, hey, any Land Cruiser is better than a new whatever I have, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, so Southern Charm, you just watched it, right?
Yes.
The big topic is Catherine's racist, I almost said tweets, Instagram comments to a Black news reporter. So before I read everything that she had said, like, you're using your minority status and stuff, if we are just looking at that one that says, we are tired of this shit, and it has, like, the sitting monkey emoji, I really think she was just ignorant, and it was like, because the monkey does look like it's taking a poop. But then I realized all the other stuff she said, and so I don't think she's ignorant.
And, like, even if she didn't know, like, what the monkey emoji meant, she needs to learn a lesson of don't just say everything that comes to your mind. Just if you would have not said anything, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, and she just seems okay. So another point of the show was they're having a rally to tear down her like great grandfather's statue or something, and I guess they mentioned it to her like, Catherine, like, how do you feel about this? And she said, I don't care, it's ugly. Like she's like in her own world or something.
That's how she has always been, and that's why Cam was so, she just never cut her any slack, because that's how Catherine has always been. And Danny has been an apologist for this whole time, and I hope that now she realizes, like, Catherine is not your real friend. You're a real friend to her, but she's not a friend to you.
Yeah, because you're kind of realizing, or you're kind of seeing Danny realize that, because she's like, she's still kind of trying to defend her. She's like, well, blah, blah. But then she's like, I just don't get it. Like, why hasn't she included me? Why hasn't she told me this stuff? So you kind of see like, hey, Catherine, or Danny, Catherine's probably just been like kind of using you for all these years.
Definitely. And it even flashed back to all the times that she like stood up for her.
Yeah, like you have been standing up for the wrong person. You wrote, we see Craig's girlfriend Natalie.
This is the first time he said like her name, the first time we saw her, and then like somebody posted on Instagram what her last name is, and I think she's like I don't know, from New York or something.
Oh wow.
I don't really know like what her job is necessarily, maybe just an Instagram person.
Yeah.
But she's pretty.
Yeah, she is pretty. And then we saw Michael taking Patricia to Krispy Kreme. She's like,
so funny.
Michael, do you have a mask? I'm like, Michael, we better wear gloves. Like, they're just like a funny duo, you know?
Yeah, and like how amazing would it be to just have somebody pull up the Rolls Royce for you in the middle of summer with AC blasting, and you don't even have to wait for it to cool down.
No, and he just takes you wherever you want. And I love that he's old. I think that makes me like it more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like he's like, I think, oh my God, so cute. She said, do we have gloves? And he said, I think we have enough. It was so cute.
And the way he talked to the Krispy Kreme lady was so cute too.
Yes.
And then she was like, I don't want the ones with sprinkles. And he said, oh, those will be for the pool boy or the yard men. I was
Yes.
like, what?
It's just so funny. Okay, I wrote, I think Pringle is a loser because we got more insight. Like his boys came, and I think that's great. Like whatever, but man, like he just does loser things.
He's just weird.
Like the insight into his house, wherever he's staying, like he was like, I hope I remember how to be a dad. I haven't seen them in 2 months. Bro, you forgot how to be a dad in 2 months?
Yeah, he's weird to me. I hope that they just like stop with Pringle.
Me too, but they're teasing that they like try to get him and Madison together.
I do think that Austin is not taking things seriously, definitely. And Madison is being like even nicer than I would be about it. And why would you want to hang out with your friend Craig when you could hang out with your girlfriend?
Yeah, and like I feel upset that Madison has let Austin into her life when she does have a son, because it's more serious. Like you guys keep doing this on-off thing.
No. And like, yeah, it is more serious because she has a son. Don't be going out to the bars if you want to quarantine. Actually quarantine with us and be a family.
Yes. And so did this happen at the end of the episode, or did it tease it next week? He had COVID.
Yeah, at the very end of the episode, they get on a Zoom and he tells her that he tested positive, and she was pissed.
Yeah, like I don't know.
And she might get it. Like I feel like Shep said like everybody else has it except for him, like the teaser. So yeah. I feel like she might get it.
It's just sad, and I feel really bad for her. I do, like, I'm just now into this show, but I feel like she can do better.
And he tried to put it on her on the Zoom call. She was like, you're going out to the bars and you're hanging out with Craig and you're inviting people over. And he said, well, you're going to the salon. Yeah, she's going to the salon because she has to work.
Yeah, and how much you want to bet she's, like, probably wearing a mask in the salon?
Duh.
And you're not wearing a mask at all. I saw not, like, one mask in that show by any of them.
I know, and I was thinking, like, okay, June, were we wearing masks around in June? I don't think so. Like, it wasn't like a thing, like the research hadn't showed us, right?
No, I have been wearing a mask since. So like the shutdown happened like March 13th or something, and I had ordered like Etsy masks like March 16th, and I got them next week. Like I've been wearing one honestly probably since.
Since then.
Yeah. I feel like you have
Dang.
too, because we went to like lunch at like Chicken Salad Chick, or were the restaurants closed then?
I don't
There's like
know.
no time. I don't know.
There just wasn't like a mandate. Like, you didn't
Yeah.
have to, you know?
Yeah. And
Like,
I don't
workers had to, but then like the mandate really didn't happen until,
honestly, it's probably like August or even before, like maybe July.
yeah.
So maybe we weren't in like South Carolina. I know, like definitely. I don't even think they still probably have a mandate. You know.
Maybe not.
So I don't know. Anyways, I don't remember what happens next week, but I guess just more COVID stuff.
Crazy.
I know.
Grey's Anatomy, the creme de la creme.
Did you like the episode?
I thought it was good.
The only storyline that I'm annoyed about, and I'm glad you wrote it down because I didn't, is the Jackson and Joe storyline. I think the reason they're keeping it is because, okay, Grey's Anatomy, honestly, ever since its inception, has had a sexual storyline, right? Like that's what keeps viewers watching. So I think that's why they're keeping the Jackson and Joe storyline going. Like they're now hookup buddies, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, I could like live without it.
Yeah, and I think that they're just like both in a sad place and they just need somebody.
Yeah, I will say Jackson has always been good looking, so that's nice. And I like that they didn't
So
just
hot.
yeah, I like that they didn't just get rid of Joe because Alex left. So that's nice too.
Yeah. I noticed that like when Meredith was talking with George, he mentioned Christina and her not being dead.
Mm-hmm.
And like they are getting her into this clinical trial and like her lungs are filling up, and I think that Teddy's going to get in over her head and they're going to bring Christina.
Okay. I feel like you're probably right. My theory is still that this is the final season. Nobody has told us, and they're gonna kill Meredith.
Oh, you think she's going to die?
I really do. If it's the last season.
I just feel like that there's so much with like Richard. Like if she died, I think it would just like be too hard for him and her kids and like Amelia and Maggie. What are they gonna do with the kids?
Well, it's the end of the series, so no one knows.
That'll keep me up at night.
Yeah. So, but yeah, when it showed him, so freaking sweet. Because TR Knight in real life, isn't that his name? I've loved him like always, so sweet. So that was really nice. I loved how, so we're in a very like, this year was really the high point of Black Lives Matter and everything like that. And so I like that they used an example of an Asian American when they're explaining like equity versus equality to Owen, when he was like, I did normal protocol, and Miranda was like, yes, normal protocol for like white men or something like that. And so I liked that they used that example. I liked it a lot, and I liked that they also showed how it applies to like other races too.
Yeah. It's something that people need to realize.
Yeah, and I learned something new, which Grey's Anatomy always teaches me something medically that I didn't know because I am not in the medical field. So yeah, I liked that. You wrote they put Mare into the trial. They finally decided to let her go into it. It's like, I guess, a COVID trial.
Yes.
And then did you fix my typo, or is that how you spell Karasik?
That's how I think you spell it.
Okay, so the whole episode, Karasik is like insisting he's negative. Bring me more tests. Bring me more tests. The intern, whose name I can't remember. Intern Helm. I guess she's not an intern anymore, is she?
Yeah, she's a resident.
Wow, the years, they don't stop coming, And she like keeps bringing him tests. Finally, she's like, hey, Karasik, we're not bringing you any more tests. And he's like, I swear I'm negative. And she was like, they keep coming back positive. So then she tells, help. You just said her name 5 minutes ago.
Teddy.
She tells Teddy, I really think Karasik could use a friend right now. So I think the very ending scene, Teddy goes to Karasik's house. She's like knocking on the door. And I really thought it was going to be that he was like passed out on the other side. She's like knocking on the door. He won't answer. And he's like behind the door, clearly sick and has COVID. Is that what you got from it?
Definitely. Because it teased next week. They bring him into the hospital.
So you, I think, said this. You think he's going to die, right?
Oh, did I?
I thought one of us said maybe like the first episode, like they have to kill someone off this season. Who will it be? And I thought maybe you said Karasik.
Ooh, maybe. I was just having a thought about like who Mare could see next on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like her mom.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Or
her sister. What's her sister's name?
Lexi.
Yeah, Lexi.
Oh my gosh.
I bet it's gonna be Lexi.
I love Lexi.
Yeah, I forgot about her until I just said that. Or maybe even, what if we get a McSteamy moment?
Did he die?
Yeah, remember after the plane crash and stuff, he was like good for a while, and they said they called it like, what's that thing called where it's like the last good day? He like had one and then he died.
I thought he didn't. What? I don't know why I thought he didn't.
Really fast, hang on.
Because like didn't Callie get pregnant?
Hang on, I'm reading. Blah blah blah. Okay. In the Grey's Anatomy season 9 premiere, viewers discovered Mark, Christina, Meredith, Derek, and Arizona survived the plane crash. However, Mark was on life support due to his injuries. He then woke up and had a surge of energy. That's what I was talking about. But in the end, Mark succumbed to his injuries and died. Succumbed, I mean.
Okay, so you think that like Lexi and Mark are together on the beach and Meredith sees them?
Maybe. That'd be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, anything else you have?
That's all. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please start The Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you've never even watched a Housewives, I highly recommend. It's Andy Cohen's favorite series, and it's one of my favorite too.
One of my favorite too. And I also, if just for some reason you've been listening to us and not watching Potomac, watch Potomac. It's good too.
Yes.
As always, follow us on Instagram at the Showgirls Podcast, and we will talk to you guys in a couple days.
Bye.